Good day, everybody. Rob here at WesternPacificWeather.com. It is currently the 12th of December 2010. And today we are actually watching several areas, but one in particular, an invest area 95W now issued here in the South China Sea. Yesterday we were talking about it. We were talking about a slight tropical development out of this, but nothing more than a TCFA actually issued by JTWC now. But if it does develop anything more, it's possibly a tropical depression. And actually, ASCAT imagery, as shown here, is actually kind of picking up on a circulation in the South China Sea. Now, this was passed right here from the satellite. It's actually a little bit old. It was shot late last night, so now the circulation likely up in this region here associated with that convective activity. But what this is telling us, though, is that TCFA is definitely there. It does have the potential to be warranted right now, but looking at the overall convection actually associated on the IR imagery, it doesn't look like it should develop too fast and too quickly here. And also given the fact that the overall outflow associated with this is really limited right now, and definitely seeing a lot of share along the northern periphery here. And this is actually the big reason why this invest over here is not going to develop any further. But actually we'll get to that here and more in a second. But watching this TCFA here, invest 95 whiskey, definitely going to see this move off towards the northwest, make landfall along the southeastern coast of Vietnam here. Actually looking at the overall background flow with streamline analysis here. You can see where this clearly will go. You see this positive vorticity right in here. Now this is going to follow that overall background flow, so we really don't have to look at any models to actually judge this, but when we do double check with some models, GFS and NOGAPS both showing this as well, just basically this overall area precipitation drifting off in this direction. And also just showing you on the streamline analysis as well, this area vorticity right in here with that large area convection there, actually 96 whiskey, definitely going to be moving off to the north around the West Pac Eye here, and as it drifts off farther to the north, it will encounter this much higher vertical wind shear associated with the polar front jet up in this region, basically 30 up to 100 knots throughout this area just south of the Ryukyu Islands. So not looking at any further development with that area right in there. But over here with this invest, though, definitely seeing about 5 to 10 knots of vertical wind shear. So that is another reason why we do have that potential for some slight development out of this. But here is the warning from JTWC, having the system moving towards the northwest at about 5 knots. Basically, this is where the area of potential for development is throughout this entire region in the South China Sea, basically south of Hue, Vietnam, and here in the basically southeastern portion of the country. Now, actually, I want to go around and show you a few other of the maps here from various agencies, starting with the Thailand Meteorological Society, showing the area of low pressure here in the South China Sea. Now, they do have it a little bit deeper here, about 1,002 millibars at the center of the system, but they don't have any direction on this. And actually, what I'm kind of curious and I do want to note here is actually, if we look at JMA's analysis, now this is from this morning at 00Z, they actually have it at 1,006 millibars, and moving off to the southwest at about 10 knots right in here. So just one thing to note, that you do have these various agencies telling something slightly different, but from what I see with my personal forecast, I do believe this will drift off to the northwest. Now, moving off towards the west here, actually out into the Bay of Bengal, we are watching a very widespread area of convection here. And if remember earlier we were looking at that background flow with the streamline analysis, it was showing basically an easterly flow through this region. A little bit odd this time of year, but we are watching it move this in this direction basically, and making landfall along the west coast of Thailand here, and actually looking at radar imagery out of the country. Definitely still seeing a lot of precipitation around the Phuket region here, and definitely going to see even more increase in convection throughout the day today. So I hope most people there, I know they were cleaning up from the regatta accidents yesterday. Hope you have cleaned that all up. And if you have any more information out there on that incident, please let me know. Otherwise, though, in the Western Pacific here, we still continue to watch this area of low pressure develop off here off the east coast of China into the East China Sea right in here. Now this is going to drift off to the northeast and bring widespread precipitation throughout this entire area here from Japan down through South Korea and much of the east coast of China. So watching that over the next several days. Now the good news, doesn't look too much of a severe weather out of it, just going to be a big rainmaker. But that's all for today, everybody. Thank you once again for listening to WesternPacificWeather.com. As always, comments, suggestions, or comments can be posted in the comment box to the right, or also you can email me here on this. Also want to note that I'm also posting this at storm2k.org. There's a thread on the TCFA there with plenty of good information being shared there as well, so just check that out. So everybody have a great day, and thank you for listening. I have another update tomorrow. Bye.